What's up everybody, Steven Z Killer here, bringing you a brand new video. But before that, 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed. Damn! That means two things. 75% of you guys are either returning or brand new to the channel. If so, hopefully this is the video that gets you hit that subscribe button today. Do it. What's up everybody, Steven Z Killer here bringing another reaction, and we're checking out a battle royale between starter Pokemon. And once again, this is a terminal montage animation. So please do me the biggest favor and make sure you have already. Click the link down below, go to the channel, like and subscribe. Oh, that's right, there is also the Noggin video. I should probably do that too in this reaction. I just realized that. Yeah, I'll grab the Noggin analysis afterwards too. So we'll watch both videos. I didn't even think about that. Don't say anything. Don't spoil anything. All right, yeah, this is the Noggin video. Same thing. Go like, subscribe, show your support. We'll probably watch this as well. We'll watch both because I do know last time I did this, people enjoyed the fact that I watched both in the same video. It has been a while since we've watched terminal montage with a Pokemon theme. And I'm looking forward to this. Now, this is going to be a starters Pokemon Battle Royale. I think a fan favorite will definitely be, of course, Charizard and Blastoise. Blaziken, Sceptile. Yeah, that's pretty much the ones that have Mega Evolutions. Because I wonder if they're going to bring that into play at all. I doubt it. But if they bring in the Mega Evolution of possibilities for them, as a bonus for their abilities in general, they have a higher chance of winning. Comment down below between all the starters, what starter are you choosing? Also, are they also bringing in the fact that Pikachu technically is a starter and so is Eevee? But it's probably just going to be the standard 3 typings. But either way, my favorite Pokemon, when it comes to all the starters, is Blastoise. Blastoise has always just been my favorite. I eventually even want to get a tattoo that is Blastoise, because I'm going to get something that represents me and my sister, and I'm going to get my favorite Pokemon and her favorite Pokemon kind of situation as a tattoo. But either way, let's get into this video and enjoy this video by terminal montage once again. And also, out of all the starters, what is your pick? Let me know down below in the comments. Okay, so I didn't even think about this. I didn't even think about them starting off as they're younger. Are they all going to be the forms you pick up as starters? Oh shit! And also Pikachu's here. Okay. Oh, it's going to be everything. The starting evolutions to middle and big. Okay, now that is going to be mayhem. Oh, the steel typing is good. Oh, the different. Okay. I like the little Easter egg right there. Wait, what the hell was that in the sky? Oh, it's that thing. I think that's a reference to one of their prior fights then. That is definitely not a oh, that was a beast ball. Yeah, okay. Spider-Man meme. Which Typhlosion is your favorite? Ghost or regular? I've always liked the regular one a little bit more, but shout out to the Ghost one because of Toon. The big boy himself that everyone goes after when it comes to the trading card game. Oh, and I already know, since all evolutions, Toon is typing Quilava. That's all. Charmander didn't even have a chance to fight. Torterra. What did he do? He has a little sack? I don't know what that is. It was like some type of weird crystal? Oh god, what was that? I knew it. All missing. Okay, all but apparently Sylveon. All the Eevee evolutions, because they are Eevee is technically a starter. Okay, we got that too. Well, I think I know why they got rid of Vaporeon really fast. Wow!
Blastoise.
There's my boy Blastoise. Yeah, with my big ass cannons. Doesn't even come out. It is true. It doesn't even come out of the cannons. Damn, he's even taking out all the water types. Let's go. Ooh. To be 100%, Blastoise was my favorite starter in Gen 1, and Feraligatr was my second for Gen 2. Or was my main favorite in Gen 2. Both water types. Fantastic. My boy. No. Blastoise, no! Blaziken, though, is a really good mon. All the fighting fighter types. Wait, who did they cook in the background? Hold up. Oh, Chikorita and Ivysaur didn't have a chance. Oh, there's the stone Eevee was after. I'm guessing that gets broken too. It gets cooked. And then Incineroar doesn't want to join. Isn't that one fairy water type? So that one's got a really good type separation, like 2 typings. Unless you break its fucking neck because it's a singer, I guess. Oh my god! Of course, the Smash Bros. Is he doing a seismic toss? And I also realized Pikachu is still in the running. The biggest threat for Charizard is probably Pikachu. And most of the water types are gone now, actually. Eteleon's still around. So I think the biggest threat right now for Charizard is Eteleon and Pikachu. Oh, RIP Charmeleon. By the way, shout out to whoever just subscribed there. I saw it last second. Thank you. He could take the heat a little bit because he is a ground type. Oh yeah, actually wait, Scorbunny should be around here. We haven't seen Scorbunny. Or not Scorbunny, but the final evolution of... I don't know if I'm saying the name wrong or not. Oh, Swampert's still alive. Ooh, actually, Utilion is not the only threat still when it comes to water typing then. I really like Swampert, by the way.
Not stirred.
Was that a James Bond error? Oh, Italion's dead. That's a James Bond one, isn't it? Shaken, not stirred. Who is the final ones? Skeledirge. Okay. Oh, Masquerada survived. Okay.
How about a magic track?
Disgusting!
Huh. Yeah, because he's fighting type, isn't he? And that would be really bad for Masquerada. Greninja! Oh. Wow, Monferno! Oh, the different versions of them. The Hisuian Samurott beats him, okay. Muddy Water would be very... Oh, what the hell? He's still around? I'm shocked he hasn't died yet. What?
Okay. Now you die.
Wait, he died earlier. What the fuck? Why did he come back? He got toasted. Like that! Three Mon remain. So we got Charizard, Blaziken, what, Pikachu? I knew it. I knew it. I knew Pikachu would be the one of the threats for Charizard because he'd be a flying type. Ooh, Blaziken versus Pikachu. Now, I don't mind it if Blaziken wins. At the same time, it'd be iconic if Pikachu wins this. So, I'm okay with either one of these, but I'm kind of rooting a little bit more for Blaziken. Oh! Pikachu healed its burns with the sheer determination, so you wouldn't worry. Okay. Wait a second. Is Pikachu gonna have determination? Is that Undertale bullshit coming into this play?
Why won't you die?
Because that's supposed to be Ash's Pikachu. And because that Pikachu has the power of anime bullshit on its side! Pikachu's gonna win. Let's go Blaziken!
Wow, that was really close. It turns out starter Pokemon can cause a lot more collateral damage than I thought. Well, you might have a few questions.
Wait, what
Can cause
was
a lot
that?
more.
Man, my boy Blastoise didn't even get on the top 10? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, top 10. Man, that fucking sucks. My boy Blastoise didn't stand a fucking chance.
More collateral damage than I thought. Well, you might have a few questions though, like, why couldn't Greninja put out Charizard's flame? Why was Delphox all chilled out with the grass types? Where the heck was Sylveon? And why Blaziken and Pikachu at the end? Well, it's all pretty intriguing stuff, so click this link right up here to see my analysis of the Go Battle.
Well, let's see if there's anything at the very
Those are
end
really clawful, I'm sorry.
before I switch over, because there seems to be something. By the way, please support them. Link will be down below in the description. And if you are a supporter, your name was probably just shown. So, shout out to you. What this? Is that Sudowoodo? What the fuck are you doing in here, man? Why are you being creepy? Okay. Okay, you may have to let me know down below in the comments, explain what the whole point of that was. I know that sometimes in these animations they are like continuation stories and there's like intertwined with the prior fights and stuff like that. I haven't seen the prior fights in a very long time. Please explain. All right, let's go over to the this video, which explains the outcome.
Oh yeah, the latest Pokemon Battle Royale I helped Terminal Montage create is out, and it may be the most controversial one yet because people love that.
Oh.
Go watch that first because I'm going to spoil everything.
Which I
You have
did.
3 seconds.
No, I'm good.
The best
Spoil
part
away.
is there's no Sylveon. Hang on. Hang on, allow me to explain. So in this Battle Royale, we have all of the evolutions of all of the starter Pokemon. Now, obviously, like Oshawott and most of the rest of the basic unevolved Pokemon are not going to win. But by having them here, it leads to more opportunities for jokes, deaths, and interesting tidbits. Folks gotta remember,
I agree with that, and that was awesome. That was a nice little touch.
creative liberties are always taken with these, though for most interactions, we base things on, like, the Pokedex entries, the anime personalities, gameplay mechanics, and competitive VGC and TCG meta. But one creative liberty we could not take was Sylveon being here, because, well, even Eevee is only a starter Pokemon in games like Pokemon XD, Conquest, and Let's Go Eevee, which is also why Eevee has the balloons. But in none of these games is your starter Eevee able to evolve into Sylveon. Conquest is a Gen 5.
Okay, if that's the case, I understand why.
And your starter Eevee does not evolve at all in Let's Go Eevee. You can try, but without glitchy exploits, it's not possible. This is also why there's no Raichu, and why the Eevee finally gets an evolution stone scene exists. What? Yes, that was everyone's feelings when Let's Go Eevee came out. Now then, let's watch the whole battle again and pause for
Never played Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu, to be honest.
commentary on some of the lesser-known details and explain why things happen the way they do. I love the occasional Hisuian balls, but like, why does Poipole make a cameo here? Well, because Poipole is a starter Pokemon in its home dimension, but since we, the players ourselves, never get one as a starter, it's not included in the battle itself.
Oh, okay.
If the tip of its tail goes out, it dies, according to the dex. Grovyle here is a reference to the Grovyle and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers. He's got a time gear, so he time travels away.
Oh, okay. I do some type of weird teleportation thing.
So here, the entire Venusaur and Meganium lines are said to have a pleasant aroma that calms people and Pokemon. It weakens their fighting spirit. It nullifies their aggressive emotions. Just like, chill out, man. Hence also Venusaur's very bloodshot eyes. This also relates to why Delphox
Yeah, they
decided
basically
to
were
hang out with
getting
them.
people
This
high, getting the other mon high.
Pokemon is partially based on Delphic Oracle.
I didn't even notice that Litten and the other grass cat were sitting on top of Torterra. I did not notice that.
The ancient world's future seers who, for lack of a better term, would burn herbs and get really, really high to get their visions. Now this Eeveelutions bit is fun, opening with a nod to Eevee's Z move, but Espeon's future sight makes it realize it's gotta get out of there before the Eevee chaos ensues. Skipping ahead to Blastoise.
Yeah, they mostly murder each other.
Its cannons, the Pokédex says it's
Honestly,
capable of
when they
blasting
showed
this
up, I thought they
water
would
from
work
thick
together to
steel,
fight.
So most Pokemon are no match for it, even Empoleon's own steel wings after a while. That said, Blastoise and Feraligator's heads are still no match for a Mach 3 water bullet from the agile secret agent Inteleon's dual water pistol.
R.I.P. Blastoise.
They are slow and easy targets, too. Moving to where most of the fire types are, a three-way is happening with all of the fire-fighting type Pokemon, setting the grassland ablaze and spooking Incineroar away. Incineroar is a fire-dark type heel wrestler who really has no chance here, so the scaredy cat leaves and stumbles upon the opera-singing Primarina, who gets to experience Incineroar's Throat Chop, one of its signature moves. The move prevents its target from using sound-based moves. Not that it matters much, since Incineroar then Smash Bros. Style back throws Primarina. Sceptile then approaches as a common Smash Bros. Wannabe, and it double teams, but Incineroar's spinning Darkest Lariat doesn't care about that. So, the Typhlosion Explosion. Let's back up a bit. After incinerating some lessers, Charizard
I didn't even
goes
see Quilava, though. I did not see... or Cyndaquil.
for the nearest worthy opponent it can find to Smash Bros. Up throw, or just do an anime amount of seismic tossing onto. Charizard is a bit of a show-off, and his victim just happens to be Typhlosion. What's happening here relates to a few of Typhlosion's Pokédex entries. It can hide behind a shimmering heat haze that it creates using its intense flames. Typhlosion creates blazing explosive blasts that turn everything to cinders. Hence the heat warping effect here. And it has a secret, devastating move. It rubs its blazing fur together to cause huge explosions. Only here, it's not just rubbing some of its fur together to make an explosion. No, its entire back is rubbing against Charizard as the rapid wind pushes against it, causing a big explosion in the air, separating the two, and an even bigger, more devastating explosion when it crashes into the ground. Its Pokédex
Makes a
category
giant
as
fucking
the
hole in the
volcano
island.
Pokemon. Oh, it's true. So the fiery shockwave of the explosion expands, sending many lighter Pokemon away and vaporizing most of the grass types. But not Chestnut, who can easily withstand explosions just fine. And Torterra's ground type, and being partially dug into the ground already, means fire doesn't affect it as much. The smart and tricky Meowscarada decides to hide underneath it, but these flames obviously change the weather a bit, like all major fires, and Swamperts are able to detect weather changes with their sensitive fins. They also like digging themselves into holes on the shores. And now, to try and better protect its beach, it uses Earthquake to cause the earth to rise around the area. But Earthquake is a devastating move that hits all non-flying battling Pokemon, so in this case, it's gonna hit the whole island. And notably, Swampert is one of only 2 starter Pokemon able to naturally learn the move Earthquake, the other being Torterra. Now with 2 Earthquakes and a devastating explosion
Oh, they
happening,
both did
the island
Earthquake,
has
okay.
no chance. Swampert gets pushed back by Torterra's Quake, and in turn, Swampert does what out of all of the starter Pokemon, only Swampert can naturally do. It uses Surf. Another hit every opponent attack.
Really?
Floods and
Swampert's the only water starter that can naturally learn Surf? I did not know that. That's cool.
flushes the island, still being shaken by the quakes.
Shaken, not stirred.
You get it? Because this Pokemon line is literally a James Bond reference?
Yeah.
Also, I know people who blinked and missed it will wonder where Quaquaval was during all this, and the answer is here, being eaten by Serperior. Leaning more on anime logic here, only a few of the Pokemon
I didn't even notice that he wasn't. I did not notice that.
to be defeated by the island-wide onslaught, and Skeledirge was somehow one of them. It sings its lamenting song, a dirge, a sad tune to funeral music as the ghosts of the fallen starters, which were congregated down into the chasm, float up and away. As does Skeledirge's own spirit friend, the flaming bird on its nose that it uses as a microphone. They are all being absorbed by Hisuian Typhlosion, a
That was
spirit
actually a creepy little design too. I like that.
medium who keeps 108 spirits bound to its flame to power its attacks before sending them off to the proper afterlife. But meanwhile, Meowscarada pops out and uses its trickster magician magic to fool Torterra into eating a flower bomb. Dodongo dislikes smoke, and Chestnut, the White Knight, hates trickery like this, and, of course, is basically bomb-proof. Now it's time for an iconic top
R.I.P.
10
kitty.
anime battles, Greninja versus Charizard, and despite the type advantage,
Oh, yeah.
Charizard wins. Because Charizard, just like in the anime. But specifically here, Greninja tries stealthily putting out Charizard's tail. After all, that's what defeated Charmander. But despite this common belief, Charizard is shown completely submerged with a still-burning tail quite occasionally. It no longer has this weakness. And if Charizard becomes furious, the flame on the tip of its tail flares up in a whitish-blue color, which is powering Charizard up enough to defeat Greninja even after all of its previous...
I wonder if he's going to go into the information of like why they chose not to do the Mega Evolutions and stuff like that, because some of them had the ability to do Mega Evolutions, but they didn't do it.
battle damage. Quite the upset. Again. Just like Hisuian Typhlosion not really being able to do anything after powering up. Well, in a throwback to our very first Pokemon Battle Royale, we have this exact scene. We have Decidueye, who can knock and fire an arrow at an enemy in 1/10 of a second, so its battles are decided in the blink of an eye. Well, Samurot's dex entry says, in the time it takes a foe to blink, it can draw and sheathe its scimitars attached to its front legs. And then there's Infernape, who uses all of its limbs to fight in its own unique style. It is beaten by none in terms of quickness. This is a very close battle then, huh? Though the Pokédex also says Decidueye is basically cool and cautious. When it's caught by surprise, it is seized by panic. So when Samurott slices its arrows and Infernape catches them all, it panics and loses first, followed by Samurott because of Infernape's flame never going out, and its no-limit fallacy, and Samurott's typical one slash and then put the sword away fighting style puts it at a disadvantage here too. But then, here comes the Hisuian varieties, catching the Infernape completely off guard. Deja vu? Another Samurott and another Decidueye? That Decidueye still has no chance, but now this Samurott is evil, and is now known for mercilessly slashing again and again ceaselessly. The off-guard Infernape has little chance to respond before it even realizes what's going on. But then Samurott itself gets distracted by its own bloodlust and is defeated by the other 2 fire-fighting types. Now you'll notice there's quite a lot of fire types remaining, so let's talk some meta stuff. It was always going to be mostly fire types in the end. The fire type starters are, in general, or as a whole, the best of the bunch. First off, the most resistances, the most weaknesses, and plus there's the status effect that plenty of their moves can just apply. Some guaranteed. Burn. It not only deals damage over time, but also cuts the physical attack damage of the burned Pokemon in half. And only fire types are immune to burn, so yes, even the water types get burned, and now their attacks are less effective on the fires. Ugh. The other 2 types have nothing like this, unless you count like seeded. And also, for some reason, Game Freak
I would say grass types might have more advantages because of the fact that they could do leech seed, sleep powder, paralyzing powders, toxic powder, poison powder, stuff like that.
Decided
I
that
would
most
say.
fire starters just have a higher base stat total. I mean, like in Gen 1, 2, and 4, the fire starters' total stats are 534 compared to Grass's 525 and Water's 530. Also, fire fighting is a very good offensive type combo, and there are 3 of them. The fire types
Yeah.
also tend to be on the more speedy and offensive side, more so than the other types as a whole, and their moves tend to be on the more damaging side as well.
Very true.
This is why you'll find that on tier lists made by competitive Pokemon communities like Smogon, the fire starter of the gen is almost always a tier or 2 higher than the other 2 starters. They are just, at their core, better. Like, Smogon uses the Uber tier as a ban list of sorts. Each game has their own lists because the metas are different, but they all say these Pokemon are too good and or too powerful for fair play in this game's meta. Hence the Uber lists mostly being filled with legendaries, but like the only starter on the Uber tier list right now? Skeledirge. Last gen? Cinderace. Gen 7? Blaziken, interestingly, but also Venusaur when set up in an extremely specific way. Gen 6? Greninja and Blaziken, even if you don't Mega Evolve it. Gen 5? Blaziken again. Why? What? Oh, I think we're starting to see some things. We'll get back to that. And Gen 4 sees Infernape as Uber, but let's back up to today again. OU is the highest tier of allowed Pokemon. They're really good without being brokenly good, so they see the most use on competitive teams, hence OU meaning overused. And here, you'll start finding Charizard in almost every single game, which, along with its almost legendary status in the card game and its frequent anime shenanigans, which is why it has a pretty good chance at victory and winds up 3rd overall.
With this taking like information from both anime, TCG, all that type of stuff, combining, yeah.
In this particular battle. But also consider Infernape gets OU in Gen 5 and Typhlosion in most of the classics. But this is where you'll start seeing a lot of the other starters too. But if you were to tally them up and see how many starters of each type get into a game's OU or Uber tiers, not counting the evolutions, because let's be honest, they don't really have a chance. You get Water with 11, Grass
Damn.
with 13, most of those being Venusaur in every stinking gen, but then Fire's here with 17. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fire in the end, which in turn also means the grass types get kind of screwed pretty early on. But I think it's fitting. I mean, just consider the general properties of fire. Ooh, I can make a plant grow and have you sneeze. Watch out, my leaves might be a little pokey.
Oh, I can make you moist, and through an incredible amount of focused effort, I can pierce and or drown you.
I have no choice but to melt your flesh beyond repair by simply bumping into you. I turn your forests into ash and your water into steam. We are the driving force of destruction and the inevitable demise of all ecosystems.
Sure, water puts
God damn!
out the fire, but it's a type triangle here. They should theoretically be balanced. But as the anime and card game shows us, type advantage is not everything. That said, calculating in secondary types gets really long-winded if I were to explain everything, but like, most of the best water types get kind of screwed. Yeah, Hisuian, Samurott, and Greninja especially can keep up with the fire types given their watery advantage, but that dark, there are 3 really good fire fighting types here. Some grass fighters too. Primarina's fairy typing, Empoleon's steel, those hinder their effectiveness when fighting the fire types. And yeah, Swampert is really good itself. Its water ground type means that it super resists fire type attacks.
But it's quad resist, grass is quad super effective on it.
Hence it lasting the longest and holding off an entire group of fire types by itself with a little bit of help of a little
Sobble.
Sobble, that's his name. Couldn't remember.
I have moments like that all the fucking time.
Also, fun fact, has the highest
I actually had that happen in this reaction already too.
base stat total out of all of the starters at 535. Only one higher than most of the fires, but interesting design choice, Game 3. But yeah, honestly, it would have a very good chance of winning this, if not for that one pesky little thing.
Oh, Swampert was 4th place? Okay, that's respectable.
It's 4 times weakness to grass. A third of the Pokemon are grass.
Now you die.
And so we are left
Yeah.
with Charizard and Blaziken.
Makes sense.
two powerhouses of the metagame. Almost
If Pikachu wasn't here, I think Charizard wouldn't, because Charizard has flying type over Blaziken's fighting type.
always Uber or OU tier. And Pikachu.
Pikachu! Pikachu was OU in the Gen 2 games. Gotta count for something.
Like, Pikachu's base stats and stuff like that aren't the greatest either.
Yeah. Ooh, and yeah, Charizard's got that flying type, so it's weak to electric.
So we're left with the final showdown, Blaziken versus Pikachu. Blaziken makes sense given everything we've talked about already, but
Yeah.
why Pikachu?
Because Pikachu has the power of anime bullshit on his side from the fucking Pokemon movies and the Pokemon TV series.
Well, a number of reasons. Firstly, it's funny.
I mean, it's a tiny little rat. It's like zooping. Beep, 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 beep. On a squishy little orb that sounds like beep. And I'm fighting this giant flaming bird that punches and kicks like a man.
It's funny.
Nobody expected this cute little orb to make it this far. But
I
also,
didn't.
This isn't just any Pikachu.
It's
who's
Ash's.
already the mascot of the franchise and clearly
It's
is
Ash's
capable of
Pikachu.
overcoming many great challenges as seen in the anime. No, this is a Pikachu.
If it was a different Pikachu that wasn't Ash's, we would have seen Raichu at some point. This is Ash's Pikachu, no doubt.
Who can fly with its balloon ride, who can surf with a board, who has a tertiary ability of sorts to just sometimes ignore or remove status effects, who has a higher crit chance, who has 4 signature moves with unique effects, like Splishy Splash. It's a water-type move that has a 30% chance of paralyzing.
Floaty Fall. Did you mean freaking flinch for me, please? Zippy Zap, a priority move that is also
Always a crit.
and Pika Papow, a strong electric attack that it knows as a secret 5th move? What? It has 110
I didn't know about that.
more stat total than your regular everyday Pikachus, and guaranteed maximum IVs. I want in this thing's bloodline. And to top that all off, it can sometimes just ignore being knocked out to 0 HP again and again and again.
This is Let's Go Pikachu's
Oh!
partner Pikachu.
Okay, I thought it was really good. I genuinely thought it was just going to be Ash's Pikachu with some game mechanics added to him or something like that. I was not expecting that this was going to be literally that game's Pikachu. That's some fucking game bullshit now instead of anime bullshit.
A Pikachu so good, Game Freak locked it into its game. Not allowed to be transferred out. And yes, partner Eevee has the same sorts of buffs, but its normal typing and being focused on trying to evolve prevents it from being quite as good. And plus, it doesn't have the cards. More so than any other form of Pokemon media, the trading card game has extreme power creep, so the cards from today will almost always be better than the cards a few or more sets ago. In fact, right now, Charizard V-Star is considered the most powerful and devastating card in the game. Oh yeah, just 320 damage or 130 that turns into 230 if it has any damage, and it can just do that over and over again. So all the more reason for it to reach 3rd place.
I like how they use the alternate art for that Charizard. I know that. I know of that one. That one right there. I think I have the. I think I actually have that one. That's from the. That's from the Charizard V box, I think.
Charizard cards are often the most valued and sought after by collectors too, so it's not like they needed to make it this strong, but they did to say something about it. Surprisingly though, it doesn't see a ton of play despite its overwhelming power. But you know what did? Radiant Greninja. In the 2022 Trading Card Game Championship, half of the top 10 used it for its way good ability. Though, interestingly, none of the top 3 players used it. You know what the 3 toppest champions of the trading card game last year used a lot? Oh, you guessed it. All 3 of them heavily utilized Flying Pikachu V and Flying Pikachu V Max. Now, we won't be considering the V Max card because that's the card game equivalent of Gigantamaxing and such. There was none of that.
Really?
Here. But regular Flying Pikachu V is also the closest the card game gets to Let's Go Partner Pikachu and its power level. And if all top 3 champions used it, it must be good, so let's read it. Okay, 190 HP with the move Thunder Shock. It does 20 damage and a 50% chance to paralyze. That doesn't seem...
The 50% chance of paralyzing is actually really fucking good. Literally, it's a coin flip. That's generally really good. With it only being I'm assuming, I believe Pokemon takes like this can be done pretty easily. This is a very low cost attack.
I feel like a regular Pikachu could do that. You just cut the HP down a little. So what's? Oh right, what's the other attack? So 120.
Oh, it can fly. Flip coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevents all damage from the from and effects of attacks done to this. What the? Holy fuck! That is broken.
20 damage. Decent, not bad at all. But a 50% chance to just ignore all damage and effects of the opponent's attacks next turn, and you can just keep doing that?
Okay, that is broken.
Like that, no wonder it'd be good. And then when you evolve it into VMAX, it's like it's just a full-on, oh, no wonder it won kind of card. Jeez. Okay, so where does Blaziken stand in the card game? Oh, not well. Just 2 modern cards, Blaziken V and VMAX, which again, we're not going to count. So I read a lot of reviews by people who know the card game better than me, and basically the conclusion here is that Blaziken V is... it's okay. You would only ever really use it to turn it into VMAX, but even then, Blaziken VMAX is decent at best, very middle of the road. So Blaziken versus Pikachu?
Why won't you die?
Well, you see, Blaziken, it's because it was still at full HP when you started fighting it. It just ignored all of the attacks at the start of the Royale thanks to the cards and its balloons, and also its partner Pikachu, which can just ignore being knocked out sometimes.
That's some grade A fucking bullshit.
This game great, but all of that sounds like it's leading to a Pikachu victory, so why didn't it? Well, beyond the obvious that none of us want it to. I mean, it's an unevolved rat that we see every second of the day already. It overcomes miserable odds on the reg in the anime constantly. It's cute, too cute, to be this powerful, and it's all so tiring. This one's shaped like a bean. But yes, even in loss, it's still a very close battle. This part of the Royales are always tricky. The TCG, board games, spin-off games, and anime, though, they all pull from the main video game first. So of course we prioritize looking at the main video game stats, meta, and Pokédex entries first, and then supplement it with the rest. If we were to prioritize the card game, yeah, Pikachu would win, no questions asked, but balancing it out with the main games, Pikachu has only OU once, before Blaziken even existed. And Blaziken has been OU or Uber banned this whole time. But why though? What makes Blaziken so much better than the rest? Well, it's fire type, first of all. Already a huge advantage because this is a free-for-all battle royale setting and everything is going to catch on fire no matter what happens. But also, as stated, firefighting is an amazing offensive combo. Like, most of the best offensive attack moves are one of these 2 types. And it gets its stab bonus with all of them. Really, at first, the only thing keeping Blaziken back in Gens 3 and 4 was its speed. Blaziken's speed is only a little bit above average, surprisingly. So while it could easily destroy most Pokemon that it's faster than, it's only faster than a little over half of them. Oh geez, and partner Pikachu's speed is 120, what? But something happened in Generation 5. Game Freak occasionally goes back and buffs older Pokemon so they can try to keep up with the power creep. But what they did to Blaziken haunts competitive players to this day. So much so that even Smogon's own webpage explaining how the whole tier system works has this illustration featuring Blaziken at the top, almost like it's the poster child of Pokemon being so good they're just outright banned. All Game Freak did was fix its little speed problem by giving it access to the Speed Boost ability, which raises its speed every turn by 1 stage. Could use Protect on turn 1 and get a free speed boost. Maybe play some mind games, make you think it's gonna use Protect.
Oh, that's so dirty! Oh, god damn!
So you buff yourself. But no, it used Swords Dance instead. Now you attack. Oh, it used Protect. Top it off with Flare Blitz and a high jump or low kick, and Blaziken was suddenly considered an uncounterable Pokemon. Not even just this one specific setup. As long as it had that ability, if someone threw out Blaziken, you had a turn or 2 to take it out before it just up and swept your entire team,
Yeah.
no matter how tanky they are. One shot, dead. Swept. You let Blaziken speed up and maybe even buff its attack with a Swords Dance, or maybe a previous Pokemon just set up a sunny day. So it's game over already. No contest. Concede. Like, maybe the best you can hope for is that team has Blaziken. Maybe that Blaziken will only take out half of my team instead of the entirety of it. Entire classes of Pokemon and entire strategies and playstyles were turned on their heads because of this one freaking bird. And then Game Freak went and gave it a Mega. Bonus fact, you can actually give a life break to it, and now its attack is even better than its Mega too. Isn't this game fun? That all being said, though, it was recently
dear
unbanned
God.
in later Sword and Shield due
Also, what about Choice Scarf? Held items in general? Just
to
saying.
different Pokemon being in the lead of the metagame. Also, Game Freak had buffed some other older Pokemon, and they introduced some new moves and items that help you deal with the Blaziken problem, and they even removed some moves that Blaziken used to have access to. So now, it actually has some decent counters that are easy to come by in the main metagame, so the actual use of Blaziken, well, you could almost think of it as like the rest of Pokemon finally power crept up to Blaziken's level. But, you see, when it comes to those perfect Blaziken counters, none of them are starters. They're like Slowbro. And so, in a free-for-all battle royale with only starters, I believe Blaziken still has not a guaranteed victory, but the best chance.
The highest
at
chance,
coming
yeah.
out on top. With partner Pikachu and Charizard coming in close. The dang duo of Game Freak favoritization privilege. If it could hide and avoid the grass types until the very end, it too would have a very good chance.
Oh, yeah.
Terra might be able to tank it out if it wasn't such a slow, dumb, and lazy tortoise. And Venusaur is actually also on a lot of OU and Uber tier lists when designed in a very specific way. But in lore, it too is just kind of slow and dumb and sleepy. Oh, I'm on my own herbs. You hear what I'm saying? Don't make me mad. I might wiggle a whip at you. I'm a Venusaur.
But okay, what are your takes? Maybe you're making this face because I made some heinous miscalculation, but like, obviously, this is incredibly complicated and I am simplifying a lot here. So, what would you calculate differently? Who do you think would also have a pretty decent chance? And also, what was your favorite moment in the battle? I love this one. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in Pokemon content that is a little too #smart for its own good. We recently explained the lore and designs of the Paradox Pokemon, as well as the intricate details of individual gym badges. Or maybe you're more inclined on insulting each state by giving them an insulting Pokemon based on their worst aspects. That's the kind of stuff we try to do here. Also,
Guys, if you guys want me to check out more of this channel as well, by all means, let me know if videos you guys want me to check out. I'm always interested. If you guys are also interested in other things on my channel and or Pokemon in general, I do have a second channel now as well that is going to have a lot more gaming and Pokemon related stuff as well. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. This was amazing. I like their explanation and I can agree with a lot of their statements here. And Game Freak definitely has some favoritism. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And until the next one, later.